What's going on, guys? It's Wafers, and welcome back to the Newport County Road to Glory Career Mode. It's episode 24, and today we're going to be going through the entirety of March, playing a couple cup games and a couple league games as we near the end of the season. 35 games in, and we have a comfortable lead in the league. We are 11 points up on second place Barnsley and 16 points up on third place Hull City. Looking like we will comfortably win the league as you see the rest of the table. And for our first game, we are going to be playing Aston Villa in the round of 16 in the FA Cup. As you can see there, they are playing a very strong lineup. It's basically their first team, and I am playing a complete backup side. After that Carabao Cup final, I need to rest my team. We would get started pretty early here. Within 20 minutes, Abrahams puts one in off of the post. A nice little snapshot after he turned, and he hits it in off the post. Emi Martinez can't get near that one, and we go up 1-0. Into the second half, and Lee Jenkins would go through. He ends up putting this one into the back of the net, and he puts us up 2-0 against Aston Villa 70 minutes into the game. So a really nice first 70 minutes here. We were able to control the play with our backup side and get a 2-goal lead. They would come back though, Grealish with some crazy dribbling in the midfield. He gets through and he scores to cut the lead to only 1 goal. And just a couple minutes later, they'd come forward again. Grealish feeds Zapata, and Zapata's going to go towards the net. He breaks through and he will score to level it up at 2 apiece. And that is how the half would end. So we have to go into extra time, and in extra time, Lee Jenkins would go through again. He's able to finish another one, this time into the top left corner to restore our lead. We go up 3-2 on Aston Villa in the extra time period, and we would hold on. We beat Aston Villa 3-2 in the FA Cup and move on to the quarterfinals. This is the updated schedule. You'll notice that one of our league games got replaced by Spurs, who we will be facing later in this episode. Into our monthly scouting reports for this month, and not much here out of England. It's been a while since we got a pretty good prospect out of England. We've been getting good ones out of Wales this season, and we've had some come out of Ireland. This is only our second scouting report out of Ireland, I believe. But first, we're going to go to the Welsh one. And looking here, not much to go off of. I'm looking for players that have really high potentials now that our squad is starting to fill up and our youth academy is also starting to fill up. I really want to focus on players that have high potentials, and I know we're going to be either showing great potential or higher. Looking at the scouting report from Ireland, there are some really, really good prospects here, including Peter Conlon, who we will be signing. I think if you saw him right here, he has, I'll get down to him. He has a value of £1.4 million. I'm just going around here checking all their values to try to get a sense of their overalls. A lot of prospects with high 80s potential, but Peter Conlon is the best one. He's worth £1.4 million, 79 to 94 potential. That's just absolutely insane. We're going to keep the rest of these players here just to see if their potential ranges shorten up and become more accurate over the next month or so. But looking here, we're going to take a look at Peter Conlon, and he is 62 overall already, and he has some ridiculous stats. He has 88 strength. His sprint speed, acceleration, jumping, and stamina are all green. He has 86 aggression, and right now they have him playing left back. But I was looking at his stats, and I was like, wow, this guy would be crazy at center back. I think his overall will go up if we do convert him to center back. I'm thinking if we convert him, it'll probably go from like 62 to 65, 66. because of his super high strength and aggression, and the fact that he already has decent tackling stats. So we're going to convert him. I really hope he doesn't ask for a call up this season, because I don't want to risk losing potential on him. But he is definitely now the crown jewel in our academy. The second best player would probably be Prosser right here, 79 to 93 potential. He's 61 overall. And then we have Lee Price, who has 74 to 92 potential, but he is only 56 overall. So we have some good prospects. Our youth academy is filling up, and our main squad is filling up. We have 44 players on our main squad. So next season we'll be definitely selling some deadwood and cleaning up the squad. Into this game against Luton Town, and within 20 minutes we would come forward. Hopkins into the box, finesse shot around the keeper, and we go up 1-0. Hopkins hasn't scored in a while, so it's nice to see him get back on the score sheet. He had a nice little run in the middle of the season there, but he sort of the goals have sort of dried up for him. It's nice to see him get another one. 20 minutes after half, and Lee Moss would come forward down this left side, crosses it in, and Telford finishes it to put us up 2-0 on Luton Town, double our advantage. Telford, as I said last episode, I think, should end up with around 30 to 35 goals this season. That's what I'm expecting for him. And then late on in this one, we would try to come forward off this corner. Bennett actually gets tackled, and Luton Town would work this one around the box. Eventually they get it inside, and Cornick fires it into the near post. We concede another late goal, and then into stoppage time off of a corner. I mean, that's just an incredible header from the Luton Town player off of the crossbar, the sort of that corner piece of the goal, and right into the back of the net. Nothing we can do about that one, and we end up drawing with Luton Town 2-2. Now into the quarterfinals of the FA Cup against Spurs. We are the lowest team still in it. Brentford is in it, but I believe they are in the championship still. So we are the only League One team left in the quarterfinals, and it would not start well. Tottenham got off to a great start. They go up 1-0 through Højbjerg early on, but off of the kickoff, we would respond. Telford goes through off a nice through ball from Marsh, and he finishes this one past Hugo Lloris. A very fast start in this game. 2 goals within 10 minutes, 1 for each team, and that fast start would continue because only 7 minutes later, Sheehan comes forward again. We're looking to counter. Hopkins down this right side. He's going to go into the box, and he's just going to fire it past Hugo Lloris at that near post with a ton of power. I sort of ran out of options when I was running down towards the goal, so I decided I'll just hit it and see what happens. He ends up powering it past Lloris to put us up 2-1. But here, Tottenham would get back into it. Clark feeds rolls. He ball rolls, does some step overs, and finishes that one near post after Haynes was unable to get the tackle in. Into the second half now, we're actually 20 minutes before the end of the match, and Moss goes down this left-hand side. He's going to play it back in towards the middle into Marsh. Marsh is going to find Sheehan, and Sheehan finds Hopkins, who finishes this across net with his right foot to restore our advantage. We are up 3-2 against Tottenham in an absolute thriller, and into stoppage time again. Tottenham would come forward. Bjergwijn hits Ings, who sends it back to Bjergwijn. Wynn can't reach it, and it is tied. We would have to go into extra time again. Into extra time, 5 minutes in, and Broadhead would come forward. He hits Abrahams, who hits Bennett. Bennett puts it past the keeper and restores our advantage once again in this game. 7 goals. We're in extra time, and this one is just crazy. But it was not over. Here, Son takes the ball off of Shepherd. Kane hits Bjergwijn again, and Bjergwijn is in. Bjergwijn scores his second of the match in stoppage time in the first half of extra time. That is how extra time would end, and we have to go to penalties. Now, recently, our penalty shootouts have not been the best, considering we lost to Newcastle United on a penalty shootout. But this one, I would say that's a pretty decent start. We missed our first one, but we also saved the first one. Townsend comes up with the save. We make our second one with Aziz. Ings would respond, and then Abrahams would step up, looking to go into the bottom right corner. He gets it saved. Now Son steps up, and he's going to go sort of middle right, and sends Townsend the wrong way. Haynes is going to go for the bottom left corner, puts it in, but we are behind on this penalty shootout. Bjergwijn is going to step up. He sends Townsend the wrong way, barely fits that one in. Now Risky needs to score in order to keep us alive. We need to score this penalty. He is going to go for the top left corner, and it ends up being bottom left, but it goes in. And then here we go. We need to save this. Townsend, can he be the hero for us? Lo Celso steps up, and he's going to chip it. And I tried to dive, and I just couldn't dive. I tried to dive to the right. I saw that the power bar was low, so I figured he was going to chip it. After he chipped it, I figured I could probably dive. Usually you can. Didn't let me dive. Unfortunately, we are out on penalties in the FA Cup to Spurs. We made it to the quarterfinals, though, which is another incredible run. Not nearly as good as our Carabao Cup run, but this one we bow out in the quarterfinals. So the rest of the games from here on out will be league games. This one we are hosting Burton Albion at the Rodney Parade, and in the 25th minute, Telford would come through on goal. He's going to ball roll and chip the keeper, and just a nice little dink over the keeper there. He wasn't working with much space, but the keeper came off his line, so Telford goes with the cheeky little chip, and that was the only goal in this game. We add another 3 points to our tally. After that game, we see that two youth players are unsettled, Ibrahim Crawford and Theodore Baker. So I'm going to call both of them up. They're not 60 overall yet, so we can't see their potentials yet, but I don't want to lose them. I'd rather just have them, and then I can either sell them or loan them out later. So we're going to call both of them up and see if, hopefully next season they'll hit 60 overall, and we can either sell them or loan them out, do something like that. Now for the last game of this episode, we would head to Ipswich. We are playing a heavily rotated side in this one. Our front three is rotated, so we would come forward in the 65th minute, and Bennett would finish this one. Not much happened in this game. It was a really tough one. We couldn't break Ipswich down until the second half. That was really one of our only chances there. Bennett was able to put it away, but Ipswich would come forward. Townsend makes a great save there. We're unable to clear the ball here. They're able to hold us off, and they play it around the box. They end up finding Downs in some space, and he's going to finish that one. And we draw another game in the league. This one we draw 1-1. So after 40 games, we do have 102 points. We are 12 points up on Barnsley. We are 15 points up on Hull City. And next episode will be the season finale for season 2 of the Newport County Road to Glory career mode. So if you guys did enjoy this episode, make sure to drop a like. Let me know what you think down below in the comments, and make sure to subscribe if you are new, and I'll see you guys soon for a new episode.